brought up his name, and yeah, like Moody is I've known him a long time, so I know him well, and he knows me well. So there's a bit cringe when I'm watching his live that got sent to me, and someone was saying triggz is real, and he was like, I don't know, all right, and then he what gets given. So pretty much for those of you who didn't hear it, and for those of you who don't know, Moody tajjour is like a bikie guy, or once upon a time, and then he turned into a social media influencer, and the guy's known for talking it up. His cousins are the Ibrahim. Like Ibrahim's like obviously a big name in not only in New South Wales but also in Australia. His cousin John Ibrahim is has a big story and a big background, but the real gangster in this whole family would say would be Sam Ibrahim. He was the one who brought the name up, and then John Ibrahim was the one who executed all the big money stuff, like legitimately. But Moody and his brother Simon, obviously they're cousins, and there was a bit of tension there between both families at one stage. So I guess Moody can talk it up because he pretty much took over the gang that he got out to, and so for him to let's say he wasn't really doing what I was doing. Yes, like when I laughed about him when he got jumped in Queensland, he's upset saying that I laughed at his expense, yeah, and look, I did laugh, but this is what I laughed at. I was laughing at the fact that when you talk it up, like if Moody listens to this fucking carefully, yeah, when you talk it up, the whole world is watching, all right? So when the whole world is watching, when you're walking the streets and doing what you need to do for yourself and your family, you gotta make sure you don't slip up, and he slipped up because when he was up, and when I was laughing at the fact that he talked it up, talked a lot of shit, and then he got jumped, and when he got jumped, he laughed it off. This is what I was laughing at. He laughed it off on the Telegraph newspaper, and pretty much he said, I'm back, as in like, they got me, all right, it is what it is, yeah, but I'm back now. He was pretty much saying he was ready to go back into the gang life. This is what the Telegraph article brought out about him because he said it, And so when I was laughing at the fact that all these people on social media, all these clout chasers, all these influencers, and all these guys who are talking about gang stuff, underworld stuff, like, my thing is, when you're on that platform, and this is what I was talking about on that day when I laughed at Moody, when you're on that platform, everybody's gonna want to see you go down, all right? Everybody's gonna want to see you fail. So for all of you who don't know why the hell I named my my page Gangster Meets Sweetness, let me explain it to you, yeah? Gangster is obviously myself, but when I wrote Gangster, it's because I met my wife when I was a gangster, yeah? Now retired, I wanted to do something not only for myself, but I wanted to do something for the youth and the young adults. So that's why I put it as Gangster Meets Sweetness, all right? Sweetness is my wife. When all of yous meet my wife, you will understand why I gave her the nickname Sweetness. She's the most loving person, very caring, and no matter what she's gone through in life, when it came from the day she's met me, She's always kept her tone low. Like she's always known known where she stands. And when I say that, like, I don't mean it in a negative way, because like a lot of females are gonna be here. What do you mean she knew where she stood? You know, what was she like your puppet or something? No. When I say knows where she stands, I mean like my wife knew that when she met me, like I was a gangster, and she knew when she decided to stick by me through my 10-year prison sentence that I wasn't a normal person, and that I will never bow down to any of the lovey-dovey stuff that she used to bring up. So, for example, the word "I love you." For the example, the words "I miss you." These were things that I couldn't say back then when I first met her in 2007. So for those of you who don't know, she was 18 and I was 22, turning 23. That's when I copped 10-year sentence, yeah? And this whole story, Gangster Meets Sweetness, is going to be turned into a docu-series.